Look at this. This is exciting.
Hey, you guys, it's me, Trina. I'm with Miss Lisa here. We also have, look, I'm going to turn it around to show the camera. Okay, well, we're here with Miss Randy as well and a couple other guests that don't want to be on camera necessarily.
Hey.
But we're going to do our, you know, as you guys know, last Thursday we had so many technical difficulties that we decided we are going to do the brunch. We're going to do the interview at brunch or conversation at brunch. I don't want you to feel like it's no pressure. So before we get started, I want to say, hey, you guys, I hope you're enjoying your Sunday morning. We're going to talk to Miss Lisa about how we take care of everybody else except for ourselves, you know, when we put ourselves on the back burner. And we're also going to talk about her book. It's a part one of a trilogy. And I'm going to provide the link to this, guys, when we finish this. And you can also get this on Kindle. I put the link in our last conversation. I'm going to say, hey, Randy.
Hey, Randy.
I was going to say, hey. I put the link in our last conversation, but we're going to get started on this interview, y'all, because my phone is at 52%. Even though I believe it can make it through it, I want to make sure we get all the information so we won't have any other problems getting this information out, because we know when we have issues, and I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? What? Like
Yeah, I'm trying to, that's why I'm trying to make sure that you hear.
Okay. Let me move it up a little bit just in case. Make sure you guys can hear us. Okay, so here we go. While we're talking, as we talk to Miss Lisa about how she went through this process. So first of all, I'm going to have Lisa introduce herself and tell us a little bit more about her.
Hello everyone, my name is Lisa Horton. I'm known as Lisa, and I'm an author of my Secret Compulsions. This is the first of a trilogy. Like Tina has said, this is the first of a trilogy. This is our stories, my husband and me story. It's a relationship thriller book, which I think that everybody will enjoy. It's very relatable and it's a short read. So this is the first part of my life story, and I'm hoping you can enjoy it.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start this off, and I'm hoping you guys can hear us. I'm hoping you guys can hear us because we are in a restaurant out here on National Harbor. You guys were invited. This is actually the first Sunday brunch, Loma Brunch and Chat for what's month? It's September. So the first day of September. Happy September too.
September already.
So we're going to start off with asking Lisa a couple of questions about exactly where she was and how did she get to where she is today when it came down to putting herself first instead of last. Like we, as women, we have a tendency to do that, but we're going to talk about how we move past that, because you know that's not always the best way. I don't know if that's ever the best way, but let's take it over to Lisa. So I guess basically, how did you find yourself in that space first? Because I know we don't just automatically jump there.
No, we don't. It was a long time. I mean, we sit there and we don't even know we're in that spot. But you do become irritable with yourself and everybody, but you do not really know what you're irritable about.
Right.
You know, so it was just a whole flush of things that was coming to me at one time.
Yeah.
So I had to separate myself from that. I had to separate myself from that to find my own identity.
Right.
You know, because I was trying to please everyone.
Yeah.
My husband, my family, and they was used to me doing certain things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when I stopped doing it, it caused a friction. So that's when I had to separate.
Okay.
And while in separation, I journaled.
So you're talking about separating from your spouse?
Yes.
Okay, so Latia, can you hear us okay, Latia? Because we're inside of a restaurant and the music is up a little bit. I just want to know if you can actually hear us okay? Can you hear us? If you can hear us, Latia, can you just put like a 1 or something in the comment? Let me know that you can hear us. Like I said, we are kind of in a space where there is a lot. Hey, Renee. If you guys can hear us, just put something in the comments to let us know that you can hear us. We're in an area where music is up a little bit, and I want to make sure you guys can get all the information. I'm going to put this down for a second so they can see you.
Can you hear Adrian? Can you hear us?
I mean, through the phone, though.
I'm typing.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so I just want to make sure you guys can actually, those things just popping up is just my notifications. They don't see that.
Okay.
I want to make sure you guys can actually hear. Okay, thanks. Okay, good. Did somebody say something already? Because I can't.
She said she can hear you.
Okay, good. Because I don't see it on this
She said
side.
that pleasing everybody is a monster. I hear you all very well.
Okay,
the music
good.
is a great addition.
Good.
Cool.
Amen.
So, like Lisa said, she said that she actually had to separate from her spouse because of this. And it's so funny that you say it because I think about how they get so used to us giving.
Yes, ma'am.
And then when we stop giving, it becomes a problem.
It becomes a big problem.
But then we get mad at them, but we set this. We set
this
up.
tone. We set the stage, and that's exactly what happened with me. I set this stage where my spouse, and even my son, was used to me catering to them and putting myself on the back burner.
Right.
And
right.
then when I realized I was doing it, I stopped. And it caused so much friction.
Wow.
And
it's funny how, like I said, they get what they want and it's good. As soon as we start demanding our stuff, it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So as you guys know, we're at the, thank you. We're at the Aloma Brunch and Chat. So we're kind of eating at the same time we're talking. So y'all have to excuse us for this part. So we're going to keep...
enjoy your meal.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's it for now. Thank you.
Extra bowl, you want some?
Okay. How many more?
Okay. So we were saying when it comes down to changing things, nobody's comfortable with that.
No, nobody's on the
Sorry.
same. Thank you.
I just don't want to wave your phone.
Yeah.
Mess up your phone.
That's cool.
She can have some.
So
It becomes, I set a platform for peace,
right,
and not to be argumentative,
right,
but I didn't think about my peace.
right. Oh, absolutely.
And then when it came to everybody was happy except me, that's when a light bulb went off. And then when I thought I was turning the page, that's when friction came.
right,
And I was blaming everybody else except me, not except the tone. So I did have to separate to try to find my own identity.
right,
And that took a minute because nobody agreed. Everybody was in disarray.
yeah,
And that's how my book came to life. I started journaling. And then when I journaled, I started putting my thoughts down on paper. And then I met an editor on the way, and she said, "Oh, you have a book."
She went through your journal. See, this is why I tell you guys how important journaling is. Journaling got this first book out, and she has 2 more coming out.
Yes.
It's a trilogy. It's actually a trilogy. It's a thriller. It's a relationship thriller. And it's 3 parts. That's one of 3 parts. You guys can actually order her book. I'm going to put the link up where you can order it at. You can get it hard copy, an autographed hard copy. Autographed hard copy?
Yes, ma'am.
Autographed hard copy, and it's for $12. Or you can get it from Kindle as well, but you get your autographed copy. You know, I'm still that person who want to hold the book in my hand and turn the pages, so I'm going to have my copy before we finish this interview. So anyway, so finish your, so you said you was journaling?
I was journaling, and it was very therapeutic for me when I journaled because I got to find out what I wasn't doing, you know, my role. And your role specifically is not trying to make everybody happy first. You gotta be happy before you make someone else happy.
Right.
You know, because if you don't do it, they'll take your energy.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
And then when I tried to turn the tables, it was a mess. It was like, well, this used to be okay with you. How come it's not now all of a sudden?
Right.
You know, so I had to separate and regroup.
Yeah, and see, and that's another thing, you know, when I say we teach people how to treat us,
Yeah,
it's up
we
to
do.
us. When we started, we can't necessarily be upset with them because of the way they treat us because we told them how to do that.
Exactly.
But when we start putting our standards, we start putting our foot down. Hey, Dean, when we start putting our foot down and saying, okay, this is the way it's going to be, it's not going to change until we do that. That's why it's so important. And like Lisa said, when we give, and we don't refill ourselves, we're no longer 100%. So we can't even give 100%. Right. Right. So we can't even give properly. So even when you get into that space, I keep looking at my food, y'all, because it look good. But even when you get to that space where you feel like you're neglecting them, the reality is when you're not 100%, you are neglecting them because you're not loving them from 100%. So to refill yourself, and I always say we need to love from an overflow. And I know you guys have heard that from a whole bunch of people all over, all over the place. But it's something that stuck with me because it resonates. Yeah. When you love from an overflow, you're never taken away from yourself.
And then you teach them. You teach them how to treat you like you said.
Right.
And everybody has a role in a marriage.
Right.
And when you cross the roles or don't know what your role is,
right,
it creates this friction. Or if you try to if you try to be a role that you're not.
Right. Okay.
If you're not letting your husband, be the man.
Hey, Sean.
That he's supposed to be, that God created him to be.
Absolutely.
If you kind of break that, then it causes confusion.
Yes.
And I think when children are involved, they should see a good balance.
Right. Right. So I know. Hey, Sean. So I know we always talk about independent women. And I think being able to take care of yourself when you have to take care of yourself is a wonderful thing. But I think sometimes we get confused with that you can be able to take care of yourself and also make your spouse happy, allow your spouse to be in the space that they're supposed to be in without feeling like it's taking anything away from you, especially us as females. When we learn to stay in our feminine power,
it's attractive.
It's very, yes, it is.
Men like that, they don't want someone, I don't believe they want someone that they can walk over easy,
right,
or don't have a mind, or don't have an opinion.
Right. And being independent don't mean that you can't be soft.
Yes.
Because I think that's what makes the attraction comes when they know that they have that soft feminine side, as well as somebody who's smart. Any leader would appreciate a partner who has some type of sense.
That's right.
So if you're with someone who actually values their own space as well, it wouldn't be just us. But if they value their own space, you're going to want that partner that's going to be that contributes to the relationship.
That's important.
And when we give, and like we were talking about how we put ourselves in the back burner, yes, whatever. We can't be that partner. Hey, Doris, you can't be that partner, that strong partner, because you've given everything away.
Yes.
You're giving everything
away. You don't have nothing else to give.
Right.
You just sucked up.
Right. And when you think about kids.
Oh, yeah. The kids see that, and it confuses them. They may look at their mother, or it could be their father,
right,
as a weak partner. And you don't want them to think of you as being a weak partner.
Right.
Like you say, you can be independent and strong, and independent and soft. You don't have to be this rugged person.
Yep.
Yep. But kids want to see their parents happy. Yep. And they see when their parents are not happy, yep, in any kind of way.
And we always think that we're hiding something from them, but I'm going to tell you, kids probably see it before we see it.
Yes, they do.
They definitely see it. And I can speak from experience. I know when I was going through, my kids were the ones who told me it's about time. I mean, to a certain extent for some of the things that we were going through. But so it's, you're not helping anybody when you think you're doing it for somebody else. You really, until you get yourself together, until you learn how to be happy with yourself. You can't show anybody else how to make you happy. You can't make anybody else happy. So it's like a losing battle when you are not complete yourself, when you don't heal yourself.
I think everybody loses when they're not happy.
Exactly. Yeah, especially when you talk about the nurture of the home, when you talk about the feminine, when you talk about that nurturing person, when that person is not able to give all of that, it becomes an issue for everybody. So there. So our food is really smelling good, y'all, and we're gonna start eating soon. I'm gonna ask Lisa, does she have any last minute gems she want to give to you guys and remind you guys about her book? I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna give a review on it, y'all. I'm gonna read this and give a review on it, but you need to get your copy as well so we can talk about it together. But do you have any last minute?
No, I don't. Please get the book. This book I told in a funny way, but it has a serious undertone.
Right.
And I did that way because I like murder mysteries. And so it does have a mystery tone to it, but it's a very relatable book.
Right.
Everybody can see themselves in these characters.
Right. You're still married, right?
I'm still married.
So this is something, you guys, that obviously working, right?
It
Hey,
is.
Ursula. Hey, Kim. You guys are coming on the last end of it, but please catch the replay. We talked to author Lisa on her book, Secret Compulsion, and she was talking about how she went through the process of giving of herself so much that she didn't have anything left for herself, and how she came through that, and how it developed into this, the part one of a trilogy. So if you guys have any questions, put it in now so we can start eating, y'all. I keep looking over to the side here because my food is here. But you guys have any questions, put it in now and we will definitely come back to it. I'm going to also provide Lisa's information so that you can get the book, or you can get it on Kindle. The book is, if you get the book, you actually get an autographed copy of it. Okay, we actually get an autographed copy of it, so get the book. Okay.
Yes, please get the book.
Get the book. And so if there is no last minute,
No, ma'am.
and like I said, Lisa's still married, so even going through that process, something worked right.
It did work. I'm still married. I've been married for 28 years.
28 years
And
old.
now my husband is my best friend.
That is amazing. Yes, please watch the replay. Who is that? Who is that? Yes, Ursula, please watch the replay. She dropped some really good stuff in here, and I really want you guys to support this sister. Support this sister. I will put the link to this after I eat. But y'all for sure come back and purchase the book, okay? So, with all of that, see, I told y'all, look, you know, last Thursday, Facebook, internet connection, whatever was trying to mess up.
The devil was trying to stop us.
Yeah, but I tell you, whenever that happens, I know that it's something that needs to come out. And so just the fact that we were able even to meet here, Lisa's actually local to me, so we were actually able to meet here at the brunch and do this because somebody needed to hear this. Somebody needs the information. And it may be something, hey, Danielle, you catching us on the end. Somebody can get some value out of this book. Whenever we go through that process and it's all of that stuff that happens that try to stop it, I honestly believe that's because there's a breakthrough for somebody, and it actually requires us to continue on even though we have those technical difficulties. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and end now because your food is looking good. When you get hungry, everything starts looking good. So you guys, I'm going to talk to you later. Please take care of yourself and take care of each other, and I'll definitely see you guys on the other side. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. All right, guys. Bye-bye.